this thing is born. Even some of you know something is burning in you, but it's not actually destroying you, but it's building you. It's destroying something. But that thing is not of God. He goes in there, he finds sin. Did you hear what the Bible said? In the book of Isaiah, show it to them. He said, and he's going to give them the spirit of judgment and what? Burning. That was what Peter them experienced. The same fire that came on. Listen, everything that happened in the New Testament is not a new thing actually. That's why the Old Testament is the shadow of the things to come. The New Testament is actually the reality. Just like I am here, this is me. This is my shadow. My shadow and me. Who is me? But this is my shadow. You can look at the screen now, they show my picture. You say, that's Pastor Chooks. But that's the picture you are looking at. That's what the Old Testament represents. So why would you have just allowed them? You would have found another science. He said no. That thing that was happening to that tree was what was also happening to Moses himself. A man that will represent God must experience that fire, because that is what you carry to the nations. Whenever you are ministering, people should experience that burning of God. You know that song? Let the fire from your altar touch my body. Now let me tell you something. If you don't allow that fire, that purifying fire, to burn out and take care of certain things, you will literally now go to hellfire. And this one, it destroys everything. But you will suffer for it. But this kind of fire, when it comes, is a sweet fire. That's why when you're experiencing the fire of God, is a sweet one. So when Peter, why they were praying, the Bible said the glowing fire of God. Thank you so much. He said, when the Lord has washed away the fields of what? Of the daughters of Zion, and washed the blood of Jerusalem from her midst by the spirit of what? Judgment, and the spirit of what? Burning. That's how. If you're here, it has been a long time you experience the spirit of burning. I pray that you have an encounter with the spirit of burning. That is what Moses encountered. That's what Peter encountered in that upper room. The first thing before God released them into the ministry, this thing came on them. Suddenly they were praying. 120 people. Bible said the cloven tongue of fire fell on them. They could see fire on each person's head. They could see fire on each person. But the fire was not burning them. What is the fire now doing them? The fire is purifying fire. It's doing something on the inside. The person comes out. That is what someone experience. If you ask me today, how did I go born? How did I become a disciplined person? I don't know. See, let me tell you, you cannot explain everything. You know, sometimes we teach it to make ourselves look, especially some of us that are pastors, to make ourselves look so special, monster. But you yourself know what God brought you. Now, let me ask you again, how did you know? How did you stop? Some of you, how did you stop checking girls? How did you stop drinking alcohol? How do you think you stopped smoking? How did you stop watching pornography? How did you stop? No. What happened is that this thing came on you. Enter the soul of your spirit. Enter that place and burnt that desire. Suddenly you now notice you're not working with God. You're not occupied with soul winning. You're not occupied with visions. You're not occupied with the kingdom. You're not occupied on how to please God. Remember that these 120 people that gathered in the upper room, some of them were former prostitutes. Some of them were former homosexuals. Some of them were former lesbians. Some of them were former murderers. Some of them were former killers. Some of them were former thieves. But when all these people had encounter with God's fire, like Paul, when they finish having such an encounter, they leave that place. You see them, you call them evangelists. You see them now, you call them St. Paul. How do you call Paul Saint? Just few chapters ago, he was busy holding bags and clothes for people that is stealing Stephen. And the Bible said that he came to his consent. He consented. And now he collected letter. Was heading to Damascus to arrest believers. Now he had an encounter with God. The next chapter is now St. Paul. St. Peter. Saint this. You now hear about St. Gregory.